Hello everyone, in today's video I am going to show you how to make a hanging basket like this one. Let's get started. I used some thick yarn, masking tape, scissors, wire, and a ruler for this project. You can skip this step if you already have a ring to use, but I don't, so I made one from scratch. Just going to tape this together so this way it doesn't come apart at any point in this process. And then I'm going to tape down the end of my yarn so this way it doesn't unwrap. And then, as tight as possible, I am going to wrap this yarn the whole way around the wire. Because of the tape, it's going to have a part that's a little thicker than the rest. So to make up for this, I just wrapped it around a second time and stopped right where the tape started. I double knotted the yarn so it wouldn't come undone, and then I cut off the excess with my scissors. And now I'm going to measure out the yarn for the hanging portion. You're going to want to make sure that you have enough yarn so that the plant that is hanging gets enough light. If you don't have a ruler, you can use the yarn to measure down to where you would like the plant to hang. You'll then want to make sure that you double this length and then add extra for the knots and the tassel at the bottom. For this demo, I cut 4 120-inch pieces. Make sure your ends are as even as possible, and then you're going to find the middle. Holding on to the middle section so you don't lose it, take your ring and then pull it through, and then you're going to make a knot. I'm going to use some tape just so everything stays put while I'm working with it. Now try and untangle everything and flatten everything out so it's easier to work with. Now figure out where you want your first knot. This knot will be above the plant. I'm going to measure 18 inches down and create 4 even knots. I'm giving everything a slight pull so this way I know it's as even as possible. If it's not perfect, that is just fine. I am just adding an extra piece of tape here so this way I can move the yarn up so I can keep the next part in frame. Now you are going to want to measure the pot and the plant if possible. My plant is about the same size as my pot, so I'm going to add a couple inches on and I am going to make my first knot. This time we are going to go with every other one from what we did the first time, starting with the second and third piece. We're going to tie every other one together, and these knots are going to be about halfway down your plant. When you get to the end of the row, you'll tie your first and last string together. Now I measured down another 5 inches, and this is where things can get a little tricky. For this row, you're going to tie the exact same ones together as you did in the first row, so this is where making sure that you've kept everything as flat and organized as possible comes into play. Now I'm going to measure down 5 inches and tie everything together. To put the planter in, I like to spread everything out like a net and then work it up over the plant. If the leaves are stiff, like on this plant, you will want to go slow so this way you don't break anything. And here is a close-up of all of the knots so you can see where they hang. That's all I have for this video, so thank you for watching. You can find more information about the Center for Creativity at the University of Pittsburgh and all of our social media links down in the description.